Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video. We're going to be talking about more people's situations. More of you guys have emailed in, telling me your stories, which is brilliant.
I emailed everybody.
I'm going to be reading some of your stories and giving you some advice, and hopefully that advice helps you achieve a 10 out of 10 properly.
That's great advice.
Guys, remember, my purpose in life, I want to help as many of you guys achieve a 10 out of 10. If you need one-on-one help, book in a call with me. Guys, please like and subscribe the video. Put in the comments below what do you think about it. Do you disagree with any of the stuff I say? Let me know.
Disagree. Disagree.
I disagree, counselor.
I don't agree with your philosophies.
I don't agree with the sentiment.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, this email's from Tara. She's 34. How do I stand out on these apps? Yeah, a lot of people have trouble with online dating. Online dating feels like a job interview mixed with the beauty contest. Kind of, yeah.
It is not a beauty pageant.
I've got decent photos. Yeah, that's a hard one to say, Tara. A lot of people come to me and they say I've got great photos, and I look at their profile and it's pretty bad. Then I look at other people's and they go, my profile's not very good, my photos are bad, and I look and their profile is amazing, great photos. It's in the eye of the beholder. A thoughtful bio. I can already tell Tara's bio is not going to be very good.
I mean, I like long walks on the beach.
A bio in a dating app needs to be light and fluffy and fun, not deep and meaningful and thoughtful. I'm putting myself out there, but I still feel overlooked. I don't want to play games, but being genuine doesn't seem to work either. A lot of women try to be genuine on dating apps and say, look, I'm looking for a partner, I'm looking for a real long-term relationship, but they're saying it at the wrong time. And a guy goes, I don't even know your name yet. What are you talking about? It's way too soon. So you're being genuine, but really you're being too future focused.
You're scaring me, Pearl.
Great question, Tara. Pretty good situation overall. You sound like a nice girl. You got to work on that profile. You got to make it more fun. Now, if you're using online dating effectively, guys, you should be getting about one high value date a week on average. If you're not getting a date a week, we got to work on it. We got to work on it, okay? Some of you guys have been online dating and you get one date every 6 months. You're not using it properly.
What do you mean, no dates?
If you're using it really well, regardless of how you look, you should be able to get about one high value date a week. So I'll build your profile for yours to help you. As far as the photos are concerned, guys, a lot of people struggle with their photos on online dating. When I'm building someone's profile, I pick 6 photos for them. Okay, they usually have to send me like 50 and then I pick 6. Now, I want a mix, guys, of I want 4 photos which are basically selfies, which look good, okay? And then 2 photos of you with friends or family. Now, the 4 selfies, they need to be cute, wifey type material, okay? Not too sexy, not too dry, okay? You gotta have a very happy face, not a serious face. You gotta be very, very happy, but not like the Joker off Batman.
Why so serious?
Okay, it's got to be cute, happy, which is very hard when you're picking your own photos. It's a hell of a lot easier if I do it for you. That's about it. In your situation, Tara, you also want to learn how to maintain a 10 out of 10. Like, it seems like you have the ability to actually get a relationship, but you need to learn how to maintain it. Feminine energy, feminine communication, learning how to effectively communicate, how to set boundaries, how to have hard conversations, how to really build that foundation of a 10 out of 10 so it can last for 50 years. Tara, I hope that helps, my friend. All right, next email is from Holly. She's 35. She's subjected to how do I forget? Hey Jake, I was cheated on in my last relationship and now I find it hard to trust anyone. Okay, yep, I hear this a lot. I'm dating this amazing guy, but I can't seem to stop comparing him to my ex who cheated. Yeah, that's bad. I'm constantly anxious he'll do the same. Overthinking leading to self-sabotage. Even though he's never given me a reason to worry, I don't want to sabotage this. You're already starting to. How do I let go of the past? How do I stop carrying the past into something new? Great questions. My last relationship ended suddenly when I called my ex texting someone else. He was seen behind my back. I stayed too long. Most people do.
Wait, why am I still here?
This time I want to build something safe, honest, and emotionally healthy. I love that, Holly. That's really, really good. So the one thing to remember, guys, in a 10 out of 10 relationship, cheating doesn't happen. Ever. Cheating happens usually when the relationship's below a 5 out of 10. A lot of people have the myth inside their head that the relationship is good and then cheating happens and then the relationship goes bad. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like this. This is what actually happens. The relationship's good and then the relationship goes bad and then cheating occurs. By the time cheating happens, the relationship's already over. So if your partner cheats on you, you can get angry at them, but it was already over before anything even happened anyway. They shouldn't cheat, but it was already over before it happened. All right, now, how do you forget the past? How do we not bring the past into the future? One thing I like to do, grab a notepad and a pen, write down a bunch of affirmations, which are going to help you move forward. My ex is my ex. I wasn't his ideal partner. He wasn't mine. I don't like him. I don't want to talk to him again. He's very different than my current partner. My current partner is fantastic, loyal, faithful, high integrity. He's never done anything to hurt me. He's very trustworthy. Like, you want to write out all these affirmations, which are going to make it easier to move forward and actually be future focused instead of past focused.
But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
The words you say to yourself, guys, are extremely powerful, grossly underrated. You got to say the right words to yourself all the time to really ground yourself in the present and actually see the change you want to see. Really, really important, Holly. So practice that, Holly. And look, a lot of people don't know this, but probably about 75% of what I do is helping people with their mindset. Yes, I'm a relationship coach. I help people achieve a 10 out of 10, but the majority of what I do is just mindset. If you don't have a 10 out of 10 mindset, you're not going to achieve a 10 out of 10. You just aren't. All right, Eric. Eric sends me an email. Hiding finances. Hey, Jay, my wife hid a credit card from me for over a year.
She did what?
She was using it recklessly. Most credit cards are. But the fact she kept it secret makes me feel betrayed. She says she was embarrassed. That's why people hide things usually. Eric, you're not going to like my answers to these questions. I want a relationship where everything's on the table. No secrets, no shame, not just partnership. Eric, so one of the things I teach is masculine and feminine energy. So what that basically means is the man is the leader. As a leader, your job is to create a safe environment where people feel like they don't need to lie to you. So if someone lies to me, I stop and I go, okay, why did that person feel like they needed to lie to me? You got to take extreme ownership. You got to take responsibility for the situation. I know your wife did something wrong, but Eric, it's your fault. Which I know is a very strange thing. She did the wrong thing. How's it your fault? You created an environment where she didn't feel safe, where she felt like she needed to lie. It could have been a whole bunch of things. You got to talk to her about it. It's your job as a leader to make people in your family feel safe and open, like they want to talk to you. I'm of the belief if someone lies to you, it's your fault. It's a crazy way to think about it. But I like to take that extreme responsibility, that extreme ownership in my life. Why did they lie? Were they super afraid of the consequences because they think I'm crazy? Do they feel like they're doing something or they're in an environment which clashes with their identity, how they see themselves, so they have to lie? Are they doing it for somebody else? Like, you break it down. I want to know why. A lot of people see a lie and they think, oh, that person's just a bad person, but why? Why is the important thing? Eric, my advice to you, really master masculinity, to master leadership, so you can actually help your wife become into her feminine energy really well. Guys, tell me what you think of that. Tell me what you think of that. Masculine and feminine energy is quite a controversial topic. So put in the comments what you think of that one. Okay, Jasmine, 31. Hey Jake, I feel like every time I try to express how I'm feeling, my partner either takes it the wrong way or completely shuts me out. It's because you're not using feminine communication.
We need that good feminine energy.
We've been dating for 2 years and it's like we speak two different languages. You do. Men and women speak different languages. I'll bring up something small. You criticize him using a short sentence. I'll reword that for you. I'm feeling left out when he makes plans without telling me. He's trying to surprise you, being a good leader. And suddenly it's a huge fight. It's because you're making him feel criticized and unworthy and unloved. I just want to feel heard without turning into a war. Master feminine communication. How can we learn to actually talk to each other? Okay, I'm going to break down feminine communication. It's really funny. A lot of women come to me and say, my husband's an avoidant. My boyfriend is anxious attachment, or he shuts down, or he avoids the conversation, or blah, 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 blah. As soon as I teach the wife feminine communication, he's not an avoidant anymore. What happened? Nobody wants to talk to somebody who makes them feel criticized. If you're not using feminine communication, he will feel criticized. And you may go, well, I was just bringing up how I was feeling. What does he hear inside his head? He doesn't hear, well, she's just feeling upset and neglected. No, he hears, you're a terrible partner. I hate you. And my life was better without you. He hears all this negative stuff going through your head when you're being criticizing.
You always made me aware of what I was doing wrong, how I was falling short. Life with you was joyless.
What, so then you had to go and fuck someone else?
Jasmine, I'm going to have a guess here and think a lot of the sentences you say are very pointed. You're making me feel left out because you make plans without me, and what you're doing is you're being a bad partner. It's extremely pointed. Instead, you got to use team sentences, team words, which is stuff like, I love that you made some plans for Friday night, honey. That's awesome. I'm excited. On Saturday, we should come up with some fun ideas together because I'd like to be involved. It'd be pretty fun. See the difference? Guaranteed on the second one, he's not going to feel very criticized. I don't care if you want to communicate how you feel. That's not what makes a good communicator. What makes a good communicator, before you start talking, ask yourself the question, how do I want this person to feel when I finish talking? How do I want them to feel? Do you want your husband to feel belittled, emasculated, downtrodden, bad? How do you want him to feel? If you're using feminine communication, you'd want him to feel motivated, inspired, happy, attracted. You want him to feel those positive emotions. So you're going to communicate in a way which hits that emotional goal. That's effective communication. Jasmine, you need a lot of work on this. If you don't master this trait and this relationship fails, the next relationship will have the same problem, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Another email from Ben, 35. I'm getting sick of paying for everything. Oh boy, doesn't sound like a very masculine man here. Okay, hey Jake, I make more than my wife. Congratulations. And it's starting to feel like a burden. Bad attitude though. I love her, but I'm tired of always covering everything. Do you want a tissue, princess? I don't want to feel like her dad. How do I talk about this without sounding like a jerk? You sound like a jerk to me already.
No, wait, you're a jerk.
My last relationship fell apart because money stresses turned into blame and resentment. I promised myself I'd be open and fair next time. You're being weak, Ben. I just want balance. Balance is a fallacy. It's not real. Okay, nothing in the world is perfectly 50-50. There's no actual plateaus in life. That's a myth. Ben, as a leader, as a masculine man, it's your job to set up the foundation of the family so that everybody's happy. That's it. That's your job. Okay? If you think the way it's set up, it's not going too well, it's your job to put something in place. If you have a normal job, right, and you're earning a decent salary, and your wife spends all of it every week and is just reckless with it, your job is to set a budget and set boundaries. This much is you're going to do on groceries, this is what we're going to do in clothes, this is what we're going to do in savings, investments, bills, whatever, right? And it's your job as a leader to make people stick to it. You're getting angry at the moment like a little girl who spilled her apple juice instead of actually having a conversation. You're spending too much, blah, blah, blah. You're acting emotional like a little baby. If you write out a plan and say, this is the budget that we need to stick to, your wife will go, okay, fair enough. I guarantee she won't get angry, okay? Especially if you have goals in place. This is the budget because we want to buy this house in 5 years. Set up as a goal. All right, guys, one more email. And this one is from Linda. She's 44. My husband doesn't seem attracted to me anymore. We're married 12 years and lately my husband barely touches me. No compliments, no affection. I tried everything to reconnect, but I'm starting to feel invisible. That's sad. How do I bring the spark back? So in long-term relationships, Linda, human beings naturally drift apart. It's actually a biological evolutionary process. It's pretty normal for human beings over millions of years, right? We slowly drift apart, but you don't have to. Eventually, human beings will drift apart unless you know exactly how to bond together and keep coming back together so you don't naturally drift apart. It's to further the race of human beings to breed more, right? But we don't need to do that now. We can bond together and be together forever. So if you start to drift apart, what do? You must do the fundamentals. Linda, make sure you write this stuff down. Here's some fundamentals. Intimacy 3 times a week. Intimacy, sleep together. Sex 3 times a week. 2 20-second hugs a day. Do a hug, a big embrace, tight, count to 20. No arguing. Don't argue ever. No negative communication, okay? It must be positive. Go on a date once a week where he opens the car door for you, takes you to a nice restaurant, spoils you a little bit, and you got that one-on-one time, no kids. And then what I also want you to do is I want you to do a dual hobby and a dual goal. Work on something together. Really focus on those fundamentals. If you do those fundamentals every week, it's going to really make a big difference. Linda, let me know if you need help. Guys, let me know what you think of these, okay? Comment below if you want me to review your situation and do a video response so you can sort of see it and I can explain it to you. Send an email. I want to know your situation, guys. My purpose in life is to help all you guys achieve a 10 out of 10. I want to see all you guys in 10 out of 10 relationships. And guys, always, if you need help, book in a free call with me. Everyone gets one free call, just one. Maddockcoaching.com, book in. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, huh?